What's good, guys? It's your boy DB back with another video here on YouTube for a change. And one of the biggest questions I've been getting lately in my inbox has, along with where the heck are you, has been what happened to your Marvel Future Revolution content. There were a lot of people that subbed that were pretty excited about the fact that I'd be covering this game. MMORPGs kind of new to me, if I'm totally honest with you. Not really a thing I've ever played outside of, I don't know, 10 sessions on RuneScape in 2005 or whenever the heck that game was a thing. But yeah, it was a game I was looking forward to picking up, and I did give it a go. We had a few streams over on Twitch, and a lot of people wondering where my videos are. Why have I not been streaming this regularly, and do I plan to do so going forward? So straight away on that question, yes, I am going to be picking it back up again. But I did want to talk about the reason it kind of disappeared for me. I know some of the other content creators, my buddy Daft Microtransaction for one, has spoken out on certain issues with the game, particularly its tutorial. And other people have mentioned things too, because the game hasn't been very successful in regards to retaining its initial player base. Like the people that pick up the game, quite a small portion of them are actually sticking with the game after several days in comparison to other mobile games, for example. And I really think the big problem with that is, quite frankly, how overwhelming the game is, and also at the same time how you're kind of doing nothing at this, while trying to learn. I streamed the tutorial because I didn't know what I was doing. I'm very new to these type of games in the first place, and I was very lost. Quite frankly, I was kind of running around, no idea what I was doing or why I was doing it. I don't feel the tutorial does a very good job of teaching you these type of games, which I feel it really has to do, because a lot of people playing this are mobile gamers. They're not going to be necessarily familiar with MMORPGs. That there aren't a lot of them that are similar to this on mobile devices. I mean, for starters, Marvel Future Revolution is a pretty taxing game on like mobile devices. I actually mostly played it on LD Player, an emulator on my PC, using an Xbox controller, because I found it so finicky trying to do all those controls with my fingers on a mobile device. So and to top off, despite having a fairly decent phone, it was pretty laggy on my phone. So that's the way I was playing it, and yeah, it was quite a step up. I hadn't played anything like SWTOR until recently. So there was an awful lot of information to try and take in a short period of time. But I don't feel the tutorial did a very good job of that. The initial opening thing, when you get to kind of have a go with all the initial available characters, Cap, Captain Marvel, Black Widow, Storm, I'm trying to think of the others, Spider-Man and Iron Man and so on. That was okay, but it was a little bit long for my liking. There was no kind of like way to kind of stop the initial, like, oh yeah, I would like to carry on doing this, but how long is this going to last type thing. I could skip it entirely, but it went on too long for my liking, and it was incredibly taxing. And then we get into the actual games kind of built-in tutorial, where like Ultron has kind of gone mad, and you kind of kill a bunch of generic Ultrons before you fight the boss Ultron, and there was loads of sub-quests, side quests, and things like that. Let me throw the game up. I've actually got my stream. You see, there I are running around beating up various little Ultrons and stuff. But it just give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But we were running around kind of shooting spider webs at things and kind of blowing these up. But these kind of missions went on and on and on forever, while, despite being a glorified tutorial, very much in regards to the likes of Assassin's Creed, like you play one or two chapters, but you're still kind of learning the game mechanics. They're being spread out as you go. Marvel Future Revolution didn't really do that. It kind of had like 10 missions and like 30,000 side quests. But it didn't really teach me anything of the game in the process. I kind of figured this bit out by myself, for example. Like, you could go to the map and sort of click, and it would automatically take you to the next side quest and your next objective. Didn't actually tell me that. I kind of figured that out by accident in this very stream. And that was kind of my problem with the game. As somebody coming into this blind, not really familiar with these type of games, why did the game not teach me any of these things? I ran around. A lot of my viewers were also quite lost. You know, they've come with me from Jedi Fallen Order. They've come with me from Call of Duty Warzone. They've come along with me from Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and Marvel Strike Force. And then we're playing this totally alien game for the first time. And a lot of people were saying, "So what are we doing exactly?" And I didn't really know how to respond to that myself. If we skip forward a little bit, like once this was actually done, once I kind of beat the boss. Here he is right now. I give him a bit of a slap in. Surprisingly, it wasn't too hard. We're picking up all these little things. That's my dog jumping around in the background. Sorry if I might pick that up. We get back here, which is what happened after that main tutorial bit's over. And this bit as well, all these like daily quests and Omega cards. They didn't teach me none of that. I had to kind of figure it out myself. And it's a huge user interface, loads of sub-menus and things, and I'm totally lost while going through them. Not really sure what I'm clicking in the first place. And then we get back to this bit, and it starts throwing a bunch of tutorials at me. It looks like this is one of them right now. But this tutorial is about like merging gear together, boosting its stats, and then there was other tutorials about. There was like some sort of like fruit machine type thing where you could like pin a piece of gear you wanted or whatever. Then there was alliances, and all this kind of stuff is suddenly just thrown at you after 30 plus minutes of not telling me anything, of just auto playing more or less, to suddenly hit me with like 5 or 6 overwhelming tutorials that again didn't really do a good job of explaining what they were. I feel they should have staggered these throughout the 30 minutes of nothingness that was going on. It hit me with these, and you could probably see from my facial expression on stream, I'm there and I'm kind of like, right, I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. Like, should I be doing these a specific way? And I ended up having to go to YouTube to try and get an idea of what I actually do with all these things, because the tutorials themselves didn't really tell me anything. I didn't want to waste precious resources as a free-to-play player. So yeah, I ended up incredibly overwhelmed, and that's why this content kind of just hit the pause button. And my dog's making a right racket in the background. Yes, Pixie. Hello. She has to get a cameo apparently. So yeah, the game didn't do a very good job of explaining anything, and I had to take time away to kind of process it. Watch content creators like Daft Microtransaction, thinking of Mobile Gamer at the same time, another great content creator, and to try to figure out just what on earth I'm supposed to be doing to get to the main bulk of the game. And this, in my opinion, is exactly why the game is having a hard time keeping the interest of new players, because I think a lot of them have come into the game like me and they're like, whoa, okay, so if they haven't quit in that first 30 minutes of nothingness, running around doing nothing, not learning anything, not really understanding what they're doing, then they get to this bit and they're hit with like 50 tutorials, which still manage to leave out a bunch of the things that I figured out myself within the actual stream. It's pretty crazy, quite frankly, that it's been done this way. I really hope the devs are listening to the community in this regard and will fine-tune this tutorial, because it seriously needs it if you're not going to put players off. A lot of these things that it's teaching you when you get back to the headquarters, or whatever it's called, need to kind of be sprinkled throughout that 30-minute tutorial, so that tutorial is not boring, and so you're not overwhelmed with information suddenly, and too scared to go and do anything else because you're not sure what you're supposed to be doing. I'm a very experienced gamer. I'm a full-time content creator who specializes in teaching people how to play these games. And so if I'm overwhelmed, what is the average mobile gamer going to be? it was pretty wild, guys. But I will be picking it back up. We're going to dive into a couple of videos and into some more streams. So be sure to come check out those streams. I'd really like to get those going. As a free-to-play player, I feel like a lot of you can relate to my content, whereas a lot of content creators are just spending thousands, which the average person sure as heck cannot do on a video game. Particularly one you can't, like, make your money back by selling things. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey, I think. But hopefully that explains why I've been missing from it, and that the devs listen and do something about that. Because yeah, that initial hour that I spent on the game, or maybe 2 hours, I'm not even sure how long was this stream. Like, it was an hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, that initial hour and 20 minutes was both monotonous, dull, nothingness, and then suddenly completely overwhelming with a ton of things I need to learn still not taught to me, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy that so many things weren't taught to me in that period of time. I was kind of asking chat what on earth I'm supposed to be doing, and just randomly stumbling across things. So yeah, I mean, I will be covering this still. I plan to actually do a stream of this weekend, and yeah, so be sure to join me over there on Twitch. I'm not sure how this game does over here on YouTube stream-wise, so most of my streaming's done over there. I find streaming and videos at the same time on YouTube to not really work well with their algorithm unless you're literally a huge name and on one game only. And I don't want 50 channels, so it's a bit too much work, and I'll end up not doing anything on any of them. So yeah, be sure to join me. Jump into the Discord, guys, because both Twitch and YouTube are very, very bad at giving you notifications when new content comes out, so my Discord will do that job for you. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon, otherwise you'll probably get 1 in 20 notifications over here at best. And I will see you guys in the next video and the next stream. Till then, we out of here.